Hey folks, it's Farmer Brad here. Hey, I want to share something with you. Many of y'all know that we used to grow a lot of food. The first CSA in Houston, and the largest still to this day. I mean, we used to go 350, almost 380 families delivering produce to them every week. But anyways, we've kind of retired for that. But what I want to share with you now, I think that we need to do, it's important that, or it's important to us that we'd like to help people learn how to grow food. And I've got this 1.5 acres here of terrible land. I mean, it's not suited for farming. I mean, it's got its challenges and obstacles, and I want to share it with you because what we're thinking about doing is developing this 1.5 acres, clearing it, and sharing the whole process with you. Literally, there's nothing out here. It's off the grid. I'm going to walk it here a little bit and kind of show you kind of the stuff I'm talking about. You know, we've been maintaining like these beautiful areas here of wildflowers and such up on this hill, but if you can kind of see it, it's not level ground. It's not something that you would typically want to farm, let's say, in the US. You know, we like everything flat and perfect for equipment and tractors and row crops and stuff. So this is not suited for row crops. And there's no water out here. I still got to get water out here. But there's opportunities here, and I want to show you right now some of the obstacles that we're going to have to do and my ideas of what we'll be developing over the next few months. The goal is to be able to have this. Right now it's the first week of June in Texas. It's about to get really hot. You know, we'll be hitting 100-degree weather here regularly. And the goal is to get this stuff situated where I can get ready for fall planting. Because where we're at here in South Texas, I mean, I'm in zone 9. We can grow year-round practically. January is really our only slow month, and maybe August because it's just so hot and dry. So my goal is to get this going. And the only thing out here is this shed you see in the background, and we'll walk over there in a minute and I'll show you my ideas in that. The only thing out here was sand and a burn pit. Now this used to be a pond probably 40-50 years ago, and we had rain last night, so you can see where the poor drainage is right here. And I've got some ideas for that. I'm going to actually dig it out with the small backhoe and push some of this dirt up to make this a little bit more level right here beside it. And you can see how the whole grade kind of changes. So what I'm imagining is about 3 tiers of raised beds. And when we're getting into that, I'm going to share with you my recipe, my proven recipe. I mean, I've been a professional grower for 30 years. I'm going to put all of my knowledge into this little acre right here. And I guarantee you it'll be enough for me to feed a minimum of 20 families, because I've done it before, and I'm talking about in confidence. When I first started professionally growing our last farm at Home Sweet Farm, it's now turning over to poultry and orchards. My oldest daughter and her husband and their families moved out there, so I'm going to be sharing that with you too, because it's going to be changing. It's a multi-generational farm, and they're going to be doing something completely different than what I did on my other farm, where I fed 350+ families a week with our CSA program. But when I started that over there, I was able to feed, I started my program with 26 families on 1/3 of an acre, and we expanded it every year. My experience row cropping or growing out in the fields organically is I could feed 50 families on an acre. And so anyways, this one's going to be totally different. I'm going to take all that experience that we have and show you a piece of land that would otherwise not be so suited for food production, and we're going to turn this into a beautiful garden, a fruitful garden. And we're going to incorporate fruit trees this fall. We're going to mess with this grading here and install raised beds. Over here, the previous owners had sand right here, and I had like a volleyball court for this idea to be kind of a game area. But no one wants to be out here in a game area in 100-degree weather. But it's nice that sand's there, and it's kind of been graded, so we're going to be moving a greenhouse over here, a small one. You know, it's hard for me to sometimes think in small scale, and this is still very small scale. But I have a greenhouse frame that we're going to take down from the other farm, move over here, and basically all I need is about a 60-foot high tunnel that we're going to put here, and that's just basically overwintering vegetable crops. I'm going to be putting in raised beds in that greenhouse as well, and I'll be sharing with you on that. And then this wet area right here, where is it? Get it here on the phone. This wet area, I'm going to dig it out, bring some of this dirt up, and what I'm thinking is every time we water or stuff, this is where the water is going to naturally drain. So I'm going to utilize that for our purpose. I don't know if you can tell, but you can kind of see this ridge. This used to be a pond, a very shallow pond, and I think they started to, obviously with that sand, started to fill it in. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to do this. This is a burn pile right here that we've been cleaning stuff up. So that burn pile is going to be going away. But I'm planning on digging this out and doing some edible crops in more of a bog situation. Taro root, banana, lemongrass, things that like that wet condition. And I'll never have to water it, because anytime the greenhouse gets watered, that water will drain into there. Anytime there's storm runoff, it'll drain down into here. And anytime these beds up here on this terrace that we'll be putting in, you know, have any water runoff, it'll all be collected here in this bog. So we're going to end up utilizing that. And then further back behind me here is about a half acre of woods that we're going to end up clearing, thinning out, and pushing back. But what I like about this space, what it does have going for it, is 100% full sun, which you need, you know, 6 to 8 hours minimum. The more the better. And this shed, let's walk over here. But again, one of the benefits, you can see I've got trees all around us here. And actually I like that for windbreak, you know, because we can have a lot of wind out here off of the prairie. And, you know, having a windbreak is just super beneficial for a lot of reasons. But one is just a lot of time it just wreaks havoc on your greenhouses and such, so that won't be an issue for us. And then over here you can see at this shed, we've been pulling stuff out of it. It was just basically a maintenance shed. The previous owners had, you know, scrap wood and stuff in it. So what we're going to be doing, let's switch arms here. We're clearing that out. We're going to organize the wood and such that we have, see what we've got. What my idea is we're going to build off of this a solar passive greenhouse. And inside this shed here we'll be storing all of our organic growing supplies and farm equipment and stuff that'll be right here accessible to the garden, so that'll be nice and convenient. But we'll be my idea is to build a solar passive greenhouse off the front of this, and that'll be our propagation house. So that's where we'll start all of our seedlings and our transplants, preparing to go out here into this field or to go into this high tunnel overwintering. And we'll share all that with you as it's developed. But again, it's exciting. We want to share it with you. So this is going to be a journey over the next 6 months to a year, and I hope that you'll stick around and be a part of this journey with me and my wife Jenny, and we're going to share with you how to do it, how you can grow your own food for you and your neighbors. Even with a crappy situation that we're dealing with right here, it can be done, and I will teach you how to do it. You will not waste your time. You will not be encouraged to do anything that's not going to be a success, because I want you to be a success, and I'm confident I can do it. So follow us along. Join our Home Sweet Farm blog that'll be posting articles on our website, homesweetfarm.com. Join us on our Instagram. Join us on our Facebook. We've got a Home Sweet Farm community Facebook group that you can join, and we'll be getting everybody involved and putting content on there, and also able to answer questions. We'll be doing live feeds, and we're setting up a Patreon page, Patreon Home Sweet Farm. If you'd like to support us more, at that location, we're going to give you more detail and some exclusive content, and even the ability for you to direct us on how things that you'd like to see. And also, that's what's going to make this happen. You know, your support is what's going to make that happen. So follow us over there on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, homesweetfarm.com. This is Farmer Brad. I'm out, and I'm going to be bringing you more. So please get ready, and I'm excited to share with you this venture of creating a 1.5 acre fruitful garden here with otherwise would have been wasted land that no one would really be. It's going to happen. Anyways, peace out. Shalom.